The basic traffic rules are very simple. Rule number 1, drive on the right as much as possible. If you're on a 3-lane road, you may drive in the center lane. By doing so, you'll have a better field of vision and won't be bothered by vehicles making a turn or by parked vehicles. Rule number 2, before any maneuver, check if it can be performed safely. Then signal your intention. After you've signaled your intention, check again in your rear view mirrors and the blind spot. Aim far ahead, then gradually change lanes. Accelerate gradually to move away, unless the traffic prevents you from doing so. Deactivate the turn signal when the maneuver is completed. You won't make friends with other drivers if you slow down while changing lanes. Now let's see how you pass a vehicle. Passing always requires careful evaluation. A lack of good judgment can be fatal. When in doubt, don't take a chance. Before deciding to pass a vehicle, you must evaluate the situation. First of all, do you have sufficient visibility? If it is foggy, pouring rain, snowing, or the sun is blinding, it would be extremely dangerous to try to pass. It's also because of a short line of sight that passing in a curve is prohibited. Or on an incline or near the top of a hill, an oncoming vehicle would not be visible. Approaching too close to the vehicle ahead can also block part of your field of view. You must then accelerate harder in order to pass because you've lost your speed superiority. Make sure the road is clear for a sufficient distance to permit you to pass safely. Check if space between the vehicles ahead is available to re-enter the right lane. Otherwise, there's a risk your driving career may be cut short. Decide if, according to the situation and road signs, passing is permitted. You must not pass when signs are posted warning of an intersection, a narrow bridge or tunnel, a train, or pedestrian crossing ahead.
I'd rather have that beside than facing me.
Check if you can pass while taking the speed limit into account. As a last precaution, make sure no vehicle behind is signaling or has begun to pass. The road is clear. Indicate your intention with the turn signal. In the dark, flash the high beams to communicate with the driver ahead if necessary. Once more, check the rear view mirrors and the blind spot. Speed up gradually while changing lanes completely. When the front of your vehicle nears the rear of the other car, it's still possible to abort the maneuver and return to the right lane. While beginning to pass the vehicle, glance at the left front wheel to make sure it stays in its lane. Once abreast of the vehicle you're passing, change to the high beams. At the same time, the other driver should change to low beams. When the vehicle you pass is completely visible in your inside rear view mirror, signal, then check the blind spot on the right. Return to the right lane without slowing and deactivating the turn signal. Return to your cruising speed only when you're at a safe distance from the car you've passed. In practice, the evaluation of the situation before passing can be done rather quickly. Deciding to pass while your speed is higher than that of the other car allows you to carry out the maneuver more safely by remaining in the passing lane for a shorter period of time.
I've done well?
Excellent, number 1.
You think I could direct the traffic now?
No, no, no. The demonstration isn't over yet. Never pass on the right, except to pass a vehicle that's making or about to make a left turn. However, if there isn't enough space to pass, stay behind until the vehicle has completed its turn. Never leave the road to pass. To pass a motorcycle or a moped, you must make a complete lane change, exactly as if it were a car. way when you pass a cyclist in the country and are driving at high speed. The air turbulence could adversely affect the cyclist. Otherwise, you can pass a cyclist without changing lanes, provided you leave enough space between the vehicle and the cyclist to pass in complete safety.
In other words, don't wipe your car on his trousers.
Finally, it's dangerous to make many successive passes. The driver who behaves that way should take a deep breath and calm down. When a vehicle passes you, stay well over to the right. Maintain your speed without accelerating and leave the initiative to the driver who passes you. Be ready to collaborate if necessary. Check that the right shoulder is clear in case of an emergency. Should his vehicle cut in too close to yours, you might have to slow down to let him pass you. On the other hand, you should accelerate if the driver who tried to pass you decides not to do so and tries to return behind you. In case of an emergency, driving on the shoulder could be the only way to avoid a head-on collision. But before returning to the roadway, make sure the lane is clear.
That's it, boss?
Yes, you may go, number one.